End signs. The Antichrist will explode. Some time ago, many predictions didn't make sense, but now we can see signs that they might come true, even though people aren't paying much attention. In 2023, some of the predictions that were once confusing are not only possible but also very plausible. In a previous video, we talked about one sign pointing to the end, the gathering of Jewish people, which happened in 1948. Now, the Jews have their own nation. Another sign of the end times is a peace treaty with Israel, but for that to happen, there needs to be a nation of Israel facing a lot of hatred. Another sign we're seeing now is a widespread dislike for Jewish people. This hostility is part of the end-time events, leading to an invasion by a group of forces against Israel. In our time, we're witnessing increased hostility towards this group of people. Today, let's explore another part of the end times as described in the Bible. The Bible tells us that, in the end, a powerful world leader will emerge. Different names are used to describe this leader in the Bible. He's called the man of lawlessness or the man of sin, the little horn, the prince who is to come, and the Antichrist. In today's passage in Revelation chapter 13, this world leader is called the beast. Hit notification, subscribe, like and share for the word of God to grow and prevail. Acts 19 verse 20. This leader, known as the beast, will be given power by Satan and will rule the entire earth for 3.5 years. In Revelation 13 verse 5, it says, "The beast, this leader, was given a mouth to speak proud and blasphemous words and to have authority for 42 months, which is 3.5 years. The beast will speak against God and slander his name, as well as wage war against God's holy people and conquer them. This leader will have authority over all nations of the world, except those whose names are in the Lamb's Book of Life, and they will worship the beast. For 3.5 years, just before the second coming of Jesus and his millennial reign, this individual will be in charge. He will lead a one-world government that is recognized as sovereign over all other governments. This points to a significant sign of the end times, the ability for global rule. If one person is going to govern the entire world, it must be possible by certain instruments. Until recently, this seemed impossible. Throughout history, we've witnessed great empires like the Roman Empire and the Babylonian Empire, but none have ruled over the entire world, every tribe, language, and nation. This individual will achieve something unprecedented, reigning over the entire world. In 2023, this possibility is not only feasible but also very believable. I want to explain how the Bible describes the way this ruler will govern. As we look at these factors enabling global rule, let's consider how they are possible today. First, Revelation 13 verse 3 says, "One of the heads of the beast seemed to have had a fatal wound, but the fatal wound had been healed." Now, watch the whole world, not a large group, not most people, the whole world was filled with wonder and followed the beast. It seems like this world leader will appear to have died and then come back to life, and the entire world will know about it. The news about this event will spread instantly to every corner of the globe. It goes even further. Let me share another example with you. This world leader will have a partner in crime, often referred to as the second beast or the false prophet. Revelation 13 verse 13 describes this partner. He performed great signs, even causing fire to come down from heaven to earth in full view of the people. Because of the signs it was given power to perform on behalf of the first beast, it deceived the inhabitants of the earth. Speaking globally, it ordered them to set up an image in honor of the beast who was wounded by the sword and yet lived. These signs will be visible to people all over the world. One factor enabling global rule is global communication. It must be possible for everyone worldwide to witness events, even on the other side of the globe, in real time as they unfold. In 2023, this is no big deal. Anyone with a smartphone has the ability to live stream whatever is happening wherever they are. When they stream on the internet, it can reach a global audience. Let's consider a timeline for illustration, starting at 0, the time of Christ, and moving to the present day, 2023. When we talk about global communication, it wasn't until 1837 that the telegraph was invented. the telegraph was the first device that enabled the transmission of data over long distances using Morse code. For over 1,800 years, long-distance communication was not possible in any form. It was only in 1901 that the radio was invented, allowing families to gather around and listen to someone in a different place. In 1927, the television was invented, offering the first opportunity for people to see things happening in other places from the comfort of their homes. The internet, which allows people to stream live events wherever they are, wasn't invented until 1992. Take note of this: all these factors enabling global communication are happening in our contemporary period. In earlier years, global communication was not possible. But now, this essential global communication necessary for global rule is already in place. Now, let's delve deeper. Revelation 13 verse 16 says, "It forced all people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hands or in their foreheads so that they could not buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name." One of the ways this world ruler will govern is by centrally controlling all global commerce and the economy. A global economy and commerce are necessary factors enabling the global rule that this individual will have. Imagine this: in times long past, the idea would have seemed far-fetched. How could a leader on the opposite side of the world prevent me from going to the local store, putting down my dime, and buying whatever I wanted? But here's the reality today: only 16% of the world's transactions are in cash. Yes, you heard it right, only 16% of global transactions involve physical currency. How are the rest of the transactions happening? Through debit cards, credit cards, and digital wallets. In today's world, you can be stopped from making a transaction by a credit card company or some technology, whether you have it or not. It's understandable today how this leader could control trade as described in the Bible, even though 200 years ago, it seemed hard to grasp. Let's look at another timeline related to the global economy and commerce. Credit cards, which we've been discussing, have only been around since 1946. Before that, you couldn't put anything on a credit card because they didn't exist. Electronic banking didn't come into being until 1994. Once again, notice that for a long time, the means by which this man would rule the global economy and commerce were not in place, but now they are. Microchip implants on the hand and forehead, as mentioned in Revelation 13, have already begun. The first human microchip implant occurred in 1998, but it's only been commercially available in the past decade. Let's introduce another timeline about global warfare. Daniel 7 verse 23 says, "The fourth beast is a fourth kingdom that will appear on earth. It will be different from all the other kingdoms and will devour the whole earth, trampling it down and crushing it." While there have been many world empires throughout history, this leader will be different because he will devour the entire earth, trample it down, and crush it. Certain passages, especially in the book of Revelation, suggest that during this leader's reign, large percentages of the world will die suddenly and devastatingly. Parenthetically, given our knowledge of nuclear warfare, when you read much of the book of Revelation, it can resemble descriptions of a nuclear event. Years ago, people would question how one person could cause such global devastation. Today, it's entirely possible, as many advanced countries in the world can launch missiles, including submarine-launched ballistic missiles that can strike virtually anywhere on Earth. Certain nations possess nuclear weapons along with intercontinental ballistic missiles capable of delivering nuclear warheads worldwide. Once again, observe how these elements enabling global control hinge on relatively recent advancements. We find ourselves in an exceptional era, with many of these developments occurring in our lifetimes, setting the stage for the prophesied dramatic events as the end draws near. Be ready to escape it all by placing your belief in the salvation through Jesus, graciously offered by God. May you be blessed.